I feel like it's just a dumb take because even when you're saying, well, he's making me like he's funny, he's making you laugh. That's what he's there for. He's serving you. I like to be around him because he makes me laugh. He boosts my spirits. So if a man says she listens to me and that makes me feel good about myself, what is, are you listening to what you're saying?
Red flag, green flag, you pick her up for a date and she's a little bit bigger in person than you expected.
How much bigger?
Just bigger.
I wouldn't say it's like a green flag, but I don't care.
It's a yellow flag.
Yeah, it's a yellow flag, yeah. I don't really care. It's not a big deal, but yeah. I mean, lying's not like cool.
She didn't lie, but like you just pick her up and you were maybe just a little caught off guard.
Then that's on me. I don't know. It's not bad.
I'll just see where the vibe takes us.
Yeah.
They're still friends with their ex.
Nah, man. You know, we all know what it's like. You know, if you're friends with your ex, you know you still got feelings.
Right.
You're not friends.
She streams every night for like hours on end.
I think that's okay. That's fine with me.
Is it? She's a gamer, yes.
That's a hobby. That's cool. I can join it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I stream, so I'm like, gotta
chill.
know. She has a boy best friend.
Trust issue there, right?
Okay.
If they're pre-established and you meet them and it's okay, it's fine. But if you meet them and you got a bad vibe, then no.
I'm chill off that.
And here we have average men giving you their honest opinions. But these modern women will go right past dudes like this. And there are women in the comments saying both guys are cute. Both guys are green flags. Both guys are so hot. Women will go past them because maybe you're 5'10" and not 6 feet. Maybe you make 40, 50K and not 100K. Talking themselves right out of relationships. Be blessed.
I made a TikTok, which in my opinion I thought was silly and funny and relatable, about girls being ghosted by the guy who has been talking to them for 3 weeks straight, up their and around the corner, until one day, out of the blue, they vanish. I mean, you can go read the comments yourself, but there are more than enough men who have commented and shared this same sentiment. He probably just got tired of putting in all the effort. Interesting theory. Here's another one, and hear me out. Maybe the reason he ghosted is because he sucks.
Well, that is the prevailing theory, that all men suck, all men are trash. And so they were in your comments trying to give you an alternative view and maybe say he was tired of putting in the effort. But of course, when men try to communicate, modern women tend to invalidate their feelings. But what I know.
All right, I'm trying to capture the magic of a conversation we just had a minute ago about our relationship and one of its key issues for a long time. For so long, he was the kind of husband that showed up in ways that, like, there's just so many gestures he would do that, like, felt
romantic check boxes, maybe.
Yeah, checking romantic boxes. And I remember, like, thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, I should love this. I was told I should want this type of husband, but it never felt right to me.
Yeah.
And often didn't feel good. And then this other voice played in my head that, you know, things that women are told so often that are quote unquote problems with women. Women are so ungrateful. Women just want more and more. Women are never satisfied. And I was like, am I never satisfied? What is wrong? Like, I thought I should want the things he offered a lot.
Yeah. Well, you use the word adoration. You're like it seems like he adores me. Why doesn't this feel good? And I think the point is, if the adoration your partner's giving you doesn't feel good, it's not adoration. Like, for me, it was self-preservation disguised as adoration. Like, I really thought I liked you as much as I was capable of knowing even what I liked. But I really, really wanted to be safe. I wanted to control and micromanage my environments. Mm-hmm. You were you said an accessory is what it felt like. You were an accessory to my life.
Right, yeah. I came to the conclusion, I realized, like, wait a minute, I'm just an accessory to his life. He doesn't actually want a full partner.
The other side of this, I hate that, but that's 100% true. Like, and as my favorite accessory, as somebody who was patriarchal and possessive, I was like, oh, I'm gonna micromanage this the most, you know, like, So that's not adoration. That's not even true love. That was just me trying to be okay at your expense. And
so often his gestures or his adoration, or even like what looked like on the outside, people were like, wow, your husband's obsessed with you. And I was like, it doesn't feel good though.
Obsessed might have been the right word.
It might have been the right word.
But not in a good way.
So this video is like 3-something minutes long, and I appreciate him being aware of what's going on and responding to his wife's needs. But I think this next clip is going to show you why I look at this video and I'm just like, just put the roses in the vase, take your chocolates, and be happy. There's things that you can work on. Obviously, you should have these conversations, but it feels like a lighter way to trash men, like a trash men light. Does that make sense? So this next clip is, he's basically in this clip, he's validating her. He said, yeah, man, I need to do this. I need to do that. And I realized this and I realized that. And there were so many women in the comments talking about, yeah, man, my husband gave me flowers and chocolates and it didn't really feel like he was in for me. It was just, I was an accessory, and a man told me he wanted to spoil me and he didn't spoil me the way I wanted to be spoiled, and yada, yada, yada. Okay. So now that we got him in order, y'all saying that men don't listen, they never listen. That's why you want to leave. That's why we're leaving at 70 to 90% rate, depending on whether you're college educated. Okay, let's see this next clip.
You acting after not bringing in New Year's with us. Who does that? You spent your New Year's at work. You're supposed to come home and kiss up your family. Oh, I love my family. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
You were sleeping. What do you want me to do?
So what? That has nothing to do with nothing. It's morning time. It's time to get up.
You act like when you be coming home, you be doing that. You don't be doing that. No, you don't.
When I come in the house,
you don't do
lying
that.
For the camera.
I'm not lying for no
camera.
camera.
Than you are, right? And the only reason I don't do things is because I see that you're not into it, right? So why would I keep on doing something you're not into? Make that make sense. If you reciprocate my affection, then it's there all the time. I'm way more affectionate than you. Cause the shit I complain about, you don't even worry about that. That's not on your mind.
Are you done?
And this is why I had a problem or a weird feeling about the other clip, the last clip, because in that whole clip, and I'm not saying that he shouldn't have, he was validating her feelings. But so many times men with modern women experience exactly what this brother was experiencing. I'm trying to tell you over and over again for about a minute straight how I feel. And you're sitting up here recording me and emasculating me online. And you think that this is cute. Thankfully, there were women in the comments saying, no, he has a point. He has a very valid point. And you're still trying to trash him. Modern women logic.
I'm not well enough for my man to have social media. He had posted this TikTok, and it was like of his apartment. It was all cozy. It was like cute. Like, he has such a nice place. This girl commented, said, love this vibe, so cozy. Do you need that? Do you need that?
Exactly. So when a man says, hey, maybe you should take a little bit more caution on social media about what you post, you'll listen next time. He didn't even say he had to delete it. He just said, take caution of what you post. And y'all get mad, call him controlling and insecure.
Why are men expected to act like a husband in a boyfriend stage, but you don't feel as though you need to act like a wife in a girlfriend stage until somebody chooses to make you a wife? Make it make sense. If you never displayed qualities of being a wife, why would anybody want to make you one? It sounds like women just never want to put any effort forth. Like, we feel like we just have to offer minimal effort and that should be significant enough. That and the cat should just have it in the bag. I don't know about y'all, but if I'm choosing to be in a relationship, I'm in it to win it. Do you want dinner, baby? Massage, baby? Baby, what do you need? Y'all are literally admitting to doing half it and then wondering why you still are not a wife. And they got the audacity to be complaining about why Suzanne's a wife before you. You haven't showed anything. You're doing what any other would do. Stand out.
Why do modern women struggle with accountability?
Because that would mean that they have to acknowledge that they don't bring value to the table. That would mean that they have to acknowledge that all they have to offer is beauty and intimacy. And that's unfortunate. A modern woman of 2024 is a woman that seeks attention and validation more than respect and authenticity. It is a woman who is entitled to whatever it is that people have around her. It is a woman that takes things for granted, is not appreciative, and kind of just has a high level of expectation with low level of give. You know, she's a taker, not a giver.
There's a woman in the comments that said, and this is very sad because good women are buried under all the bad that is left behind because of this kind of woman. Pretty much, these modern women out here yelling, hollering, and screaming, taking up space for the women that actually know how to treat a man.
Look, I don't care too much about hot or rich. Can he lay pipe? Then maybe I will pay his bills. Ladies, oh my God. The amount of people in this comment section that are saying something similar to this. Don't you understand that a man throwing his dick around is like the cheapest thing that you can do? You don't need to pay a man's bills to get him to sleep with you. He'll just sleep with you. He will get on his little Lime scooter and leave his shack in the corner of town, go travel across the other side of the fucking railroad, the railroad tracks, boom, 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 on his fucking Lime scooter, and he will show up to your door hot and ready to go. You don't need to pay his bills. This is beep. We're talking about, what am I allowed to say on here? I'm not allowed to say anything. I booty called a man who lived in Arizona. I live in California. You know what he said when I did that? I'll start driving now. What are you talking about?
Right, but I think what she's saying is I want to add value to his life like he's added value to mine. Stop being a hater.
Here is my 2024 dating funnel report. I had about 280 Hinge matches. That means that these individuals were in the awareness stage. I define the awareness stage as this person is aware that I exist and I'm aware that the other person exists, aka we matched with each other on Hinge. About 12.5% of those individuals moved into the interest stage. I define interest as someone saying to me, let's meet up or let's get a drink. When someone is in the interest stage, they are a Caitlin qualified lead. 75% of those in the interest stage actually made it into the consideration stage, meaning we went on to a first date. I went on 26 first dates. Of those, 27% began to demonstrate intent signals, meaning we went out again. I went on 7 second dates. From there, they would enter into the evaluation stage. This is dates 3, 4, maybe 5. I had 4 third dates, so 57% of those in the intent stage moved into the evaluation stage. 100% of those moved into the 4th date, and I don't remember the 5th. But 25% did move into the purchase stage. I did get 1 boyfriend. That relationship lasted 48 hours, which means that 0% at the end of the year were loyal customers. I did have a 100% attrition rate between purchase and loyalty. The contract was canceled. All of this means that the lifetime value of my customers is pretty low, and I have some work to do next year. Some of the key insights that I've drawn from looking at these numbers are that, perhaps I am not moving the right people from awareness into interest. Once we get into intent and evaluation, these numbers are pretty good, right? Obviously, it is a mutual place in which both of us are in the evaluation stage, but we're not quite getting the conversion rates that align with industry benchmarks. You're typically wanting to see a 2 to 5% conversion rate from awareness into purchase. I'm seeing like less than 1%, which means that we're not quite finding the right product market fit one way or the other. Obviously, I'm not choosing correctly because we're not converting paying customers into loyal customers, right? That is a really high churn rate. Not really too concerned about the number of people moving from interest into consideration, but I am wondering if the people I'm moving through these stages are the people that are going to end up down here. So much to consider next year. Really curious how these numbers stack up against yours. Hopefully next year, I'm actually able to get these figures closer to a 2% conversion rate, because I don't expect to end the year with 3 to 4 boyfriends. That's a little crazy. It's like, Caitlin, you're 32. Grow up.
So this is her on TikTok. She's clearly very smart. But I think what I'm looking for is, are you having phone conversations with these people? You got a funnel. Like I said, clearly very smart. You're analyzing this, which is what we want women to do, or at least what I would want a woman to do, is analyze who I'm going out with, what their values are, so you won't make that same mistake again. But where are the FaceTimes? Where are the phone calls to where you can maybe take some questions and say, okay, I've analyzed the conversations that I've had with the 35 people that have gone down into 25 to having 1 boyfriend, and he was only my boyfriend for 48 hours, right? What are the questions we are asking to avoid maybe those guys who are more so tire kickers and say, listen, I'm 32. Not to say that I'm rushing, but I'm looking for a certain thing. Like I said, it seems like you're really smart, so you can focus in. It doesn't seem like you're afraid to ask questions and dig in and research. So maybe this is an area where you can do a little bit more research and say, okay, what are the questions that I need to ask? What are the things that I need to say? Maybe you can talk to your father about that and see if he can give you some pointers.
Okay, this is going to be a story time of how I got thrown into an influencer love triangle. I was kind of hesitant on posting anything just because, like, I'm nobody compared to what they are on social media. But it's pissing me off how everyone's writing him in her comment section. Okay, so to set the scene, it was December 13th, and I DM'd him basically saying how much I liked his videos, and he had said in a previous video that he's been having mental health issues, and I'm a big advocate on mental health, so I kind of wanted to reach out and say, like, you're doing great. And then he proceeded with, here's my phone number, you should text me. And obviously he's a very attractive man, so we started texting December 13th. And right from the get-go, he was telling me that he liked me, he was really attracted to me, and that he wanted to fly me out, that other girls didn't hit the same whenever it came to me complimenting him, and kind of just stuff like that, love bombing me. But at the same time, I really thought he was genuine because his whole motto on Instagram and TikTok is to be a great husband and a great father one day. Very wholesome things. I also have receipts, so if need be, I'll pull them out. Just kind of things that you would be like, oh my gosh, this guy really likes me, and the feeling's mutual. He made it sound like he wanted something from me, as in like dating and getting to know me and taking me on dates, which his parents live in my hometown, and he was coming to visit me this month, probably like in a couple weeks. Okay, it's been a month. Fast forward to last night. I was scrolling on TikTok, and this girl's TikTok came up, get ready with me on a first date. And for some reason, like, I do not watch those videos, but like I sat through the whole entire thing, and something felt kind of off because everything that she was saying was adding up to this guy. And I was like, there's no way, like, whatever. So I went and I checked her part 2, how the date went, and she said that her friends call this guy a name that coincidentally my friends also call him. And so I was kind of starting to put 2 and 2 together, so it kind of got a little suspicious. So I went and checked her Instagram, and they both had recently followed each other, and they're from the same hometown, which he was visiting. So I wasn't going to say anything to him about it just because I wasn't 110% sure, and I didn't want to come out swinging, which in reality I should have. Also, he had left me on red and wasn't answering my texts, and he never does that, so I really then started to get suspicious. And so then I ended up having one of my friends DM the girl. Just because if it did come out that that was her, I didn't want to be an issue when it came to them continuing on. I don't know how, but he figured out it was me. I guess I really was the only other girl that he was talking to. So then he texted me this big apology about how he shouldn't have been saying those things to me and talking to her at the same time. His plan from now on would be continuing to get to know her after a week of them talking and kind of end it with me just because it's not fair, which obviously it isn't. And it was good on his part to kind of like text and say something, but he only did it because he got caught. And she ended up DMing my friend back, I'm assuming, which was after their date, and saying kind of like, she then proceeded to say that she had a really big crush on him and really liked him, so she was going to continue getting to know him. She also said that he was upfront and honest with her about everything, and I mean everything, whatever that means, which honestly is an invasion of my privacy. Why was she looking at our text messages? Or why would he allow her to go through our text messages? I feel like that's very private information and kind of honestly weird to me. I then ended up DMing her myself after she said that she didn't want to talk to me because it was a slap in the face to her, and I kind of told her my side of things, how literally 2 days ago he was begging to fly me out and was so excited to come see me. He had previously told me that the plan was to drop everything, get married, have kids, take care of me financially, and that every other girl that he talked to didn't hit the same that it did with me, and that every compliment I was giving him was making him so giddy, and that I was doing something to him. In my head, all signs were pointing to us continuing on in our relationship, but obviously he was taking another girl out on a date. like I said, I don't blame anything on her. She told me up front she genuinely had no idea I existed, which she didn't. It was completely 110% on him. I think that my thing is I don't understand how you can continue on. Like, I literally am like, proceed with caution. So basically, I guess what I'm getting at is don't believe everything on social media, because I'm sure she's going to post another story time of how their second date went, and she's going to completely disregard everything that went down between me, her, and him. And I don't want any hate against any of them just because honestly, good for them, but it's just kind of like, this is the issue with men. I think me now thinking about this, it's just kind of like men like him have the audacity to put two girls against each other, because now what he has done is he has made both of us insecure of one another. Because now in my head, I am like, why is she so much better than me? She wins in the end, and she's probably going to be insecure that he is talking to other women. Like I said, I really do wish them the best, and I hope that he treats her well, because it seems like in her story time that she was treated so amazingly, and I'm so happy for her. But I'm hoping that he's not love bombing other girls on the side. And I think the only reason why I'm kind of posting this is I'm kind of annoyed, and I'm sick of men getting the upper hand, getting clout from basically these dates that they're going on with women, when in reality they're probably bringing 1,000 other ones down on their way. In conclusion, I'm swearing off influencer men because it never goes well with me. Like I said, I am a nobody compared to what they are, but I just kind of wanted to share my piece. If you need receipts, I've got them.
Ma'am, you have to do a little bit more than swear off influencer men. You're going to have to check for who this actually is. Ma'am, you're going to have to do a little bit more than swear off influencer men. Modern women always try to take the easy route. Well, I just won't date this type of man in this area. No, you need to be looking at character. Number one. Number two, maybe, just maybe, just maybe. Just maybe you shouldn't have your chest all out. Just maybe. What is this? What are we doing? It's her entire page. This is it. This is it. What are we doing? What are we doing? You wonder why you're getting played. I'm not trying to trash you, man. I'm just trying to give you the game, because you sit up here, you're gonna have men just like this. I'm gonna swear off influencer men. I'm not gonna deal with these types of men anymore. And then you're gonna find another dude that said, he gonna be looking. It's gonna be another Chad. FYI, there's not just men out there, influencers that are Chads. You know what I'm saying? Look like a nice lady. I'm sure you're a nice lady. I'm sure you're a nice girl. But what is this? What is this? Anyways, the point is, come on, guys. We can do a little bit better than this. That's all I'm saying. You can do a little bit better. That's all I'm saying.